Hello everybody and welcome back to Let's Play Invasio Barbarorum, where last turn we went and killed the king beyond the wall and now we're busy destroying the rest of the wildlings, etc. Anyway, welcome back everyone. How are we doing our little towns now then anyway? I'm just going to go back and check over these, get a bit of a recap on what's going on. The unrest has gone down a heck of a lot from, well, the religious unrest anyway, which is good news, though it's kind of still the least of our problems. We're now 18 grand in debt, which is not good. What is the upkeep on these guys, right? It's around 360 odd for a full unit of these fellas. Yes. Wait, 360 for the Equites Subliciani, but it's roughly almost half that for this Scutari. Milites 100 each, Pedites 184. More for a full unit. Fleet Sailors 125, Foderati Warband 240. I see. I'm trying to work out which units are the most expensive so we can prioritise when it comes to decommissioning a lot of this army later on down the road, which we are undoubtedly going to have to do, because I don't think even capturing all of Scotland and Ireland is going to help pay for this. So, let alone get us climbing out of that debt. So, I don't know if forts have an upkeep cost. I don't think they do. They're only 94 upkeep. I might keep them just because they're, well, not very good, but they are cheap, and there is a lot of them. So. Anyway, yeah, we are just laying siege to Dal Ryer with Senianus Sanctus here, our Warden of the North, if you like, I suppose. Vortigern has become our impromptu Warden of the East. He's a bit of a useless bastard, though, honestly. We probably should have got someone else to do this, like Madrun, for instance. He's got like 5 stars. He's fantastic. He's like a perfect choice for a commander. Like, again, Vortimer, he has no stars, no command talent at all. Seems honestly a little bit silly, really. So I'm half tempted to put Vortimer back in a town somewhere where his influence will actually be useful, and to give command of the army to Madrun, because after all he is the Magister Militum. He is the commander-in-chief of all armies and fleets, so, you know, makes more sense to put him in charge than this numpty. No traits or retinue at all. So, question is, which army do we put him in charge of? No, I think I'll send him up north for now. Maybe afterwards we'll send him back down here and take command of Madrun. I mean, sorry, of Vortimer's army. Because we really need this guy on the front lines where he's actually useful instead of sat around in a town. You know, speaking of which, Vortimer, you can go hang around in Venturi Sonorum for now. We'll leave your army outside, because there was a practice the Romans generally tended to do. They would never take their armies and garrison them in the city because it was poor for discipline. Because you'd have soldiers running off all the time to go to the brothels and then just drink themselves to death and, you know, whore about the town. So instead of doing that, which was really terrible for morale, they actually camped them outside the city, which is, I suppose, very much what this represents here, where I stick them outside. I only ever, generally speaking, keep enough military guys in the city to keep public order, you know, hunky-dory. Beyond that, I don't keep my soldiers in the city unless there's threat of it coming under siege, you know, so. I don't know, you don't have to do it at all. It makes far more sense to actually put them in the city from a gameplay perspective, but, you know, I do tend to roleplay a wee bit when I play this sometimes, based on what I know about Roman history and such. So, we could attack Dal Ryer now, in fact, I believe. Yeah, we have 3 rams. I'm going to build some more, actually. But we're not going to, because I'm going to wait for Captain Tasciovanus here with his extra cavalry and milites to arrive and reinforce us, because we need all the extra infantry we can get, really, for this whole fight. At the end of the day, could do with some archers, honestly, for this little situation, but we'll make do with what we've got. We do have 2 ally of Alans. Ally, I believe, are... or was it Vexallations? I can't remember. It's one of the two. I think it's Vexallations, actually, which are the late Roman cavalry unit, if you like. In the late Roman period, legions and other military units got a lot smaller. Previously, in like during the earlier days of the Roman Empire, a Roman legion would be something like 6,000 to 8,000 men, I think. Whereas the Roman legion in the time Invasio Barbarorum is set in was actually much, much smaller, to the point where you can actually, man for man, pretty much, replicate an entire Roman legion in this game with just one stack of troops. In fact, you can represent 2 full legions with 1 stack of troops in this game, because a legion, by the late Roman standards, actually consisted of only 6 ordines, which are these units here that were each 200 men strong. So if we go, say, him, and him, that is 1 Roman legion, essentially, in strength. 200 men per ordine, which was each split into a century, a pair of centuries, led by a Ducenarius and a Centenarius. And they wouldn't always be legionaries like, with sword and shield, however. They would be split into different roles, because they're all trained to do different things. Like, some of them would act as archers for one battle, or some would act as skirmishers, and so on and so forth. But they always consisted of 8 to 6 200-man units. So there you go, a little bit of history for you. That's the one thing I like about this mod, because in the original game and in other mods set in earlier time periods, everything's very much scaled down, because you can't put a full historical Roman legion into 1 stack of troops. The other thing I like about Invasio Barbarorum is that by this time period armies have become a lot smaller, and so you can actually represent 2 full Roman legions with 1 stack of troops and your command in a battle, which I think is super duper neat. But anyway, enough waffling. We've got things to do, haven't we? Like, primarily, I think ending the turn, because there's actually nothing else for us to really do now. We can't obviously build anything, so yeah, we're just waiting for these guys to get up there. We're vaguely in a bit of a rush because of the mounting debt, but at the same time, anything that makes this siege easier will be much appreciated. The cavalry can really wait. I'm more interested in adding extra militaries to this stack here. Madrun, you can come up here. We might not necessarily need him to arrive for this siege, so I'm going to go ahead and add an extra couple of these. Because if I think, possibly, maybe if we wait another turn, the size of their units might actually be reduced quite a bit from starvation. Anyway, the Burgundii and the Alemanni are at war, which is good news for the Romans, I suppose. And the Hephthalites, sorry, have declared a ceasefire with the Sassanids. The Vandals in the West Roman Empire have declared a ceasefire, which will no doubt be a big sigh of relief for the Empire, because now they don't have to deal with the Vandals in Spain. You go join Madrun there, just in case they get ambushed by something. A random unit of rebels or something. Karaticus still sat there in Ibericum. We are now 21 grand in debt. Oh dear. This is not good. This is not good at all. I can't afford to disband this army. I can't, because I just know that if I do, a Saxon navy will appear the very next turn and dump like a stack of troops onto my shores. And unfortunately, since we have no way of scouting out the Saxon homeland right now properly, I can't go and find out if they're a threat even. So anyway, some more Constantini chaps led by Gnaeus Macrinus and another guy, Gaius Macrinus. I guess they're brothers. Gnaeus and Gaius of the Macrinii. Yeah, we're on our way to the Alemanni, aren't we? So off you go. They're our next kind of stop along the way. I'm thinking after that we'll probably head south here this way and try and make contact with some other factions, maybe the Vandals in Spain, because they have some coastal provinces we can trade with, and possibly even the Eastern Roman Empire, but I'm not sure yet. We could travel obviously east into Germania and talk to some of the other tribes, but I'm not sure whether that'd be actually that useful to us. So, because I don't know 100% if this is the case, but I think you only get a trade bonus with factions if either you have a sea province, a coastal province you can trade with them, or if you are immediately neighbouring them via land. Which means, for example, if I were to go talk to, say, the Huns all the way over here in the middle of Russia, and get trade rights with them, it wouldn't benefit me at all because I have no way of trading with them because I don't neighbour them and they don't have a seaport I can trade with. So I think that's how it works anyway, but I'm not sure. Right, well, yeah, I think I will allow this siege to go on for an extra turn, as much as it's kind of bad for the economy and all. We're so badly in debt right now, I almost don't care anymore. I just want Madrun in charge, because if he's in charge we might end up taking less casualties because our troops will get bonuses for, some of his abilities and things. So, yeah, +2 morale for all troops on the battlefield. He gets +10% movement points. Yeah, it's better to have him in charge, really. Yep, -2,000 in profits. That's not too bad, actually, in all honesty. I don't know whether our profit margin's getting smaller. I mean, the negative of it is getting smaller or not. It's difficult to say. I know the mines and the farms we built right at the start will be helping a bit, but anyway. Fine, let's check on public order. Yeah, it's almost all the unrest is gone from Londinium, because we are now 91% Christian there. It's huge amounts of conversion. We're at 83% in Iscasilurum, 83% in Venturicinorum, and up north I believe it's a bit less. Yeah, it's 77%. So, yeah, we don't really have a choice now. We might as well just keep plodding on, burning through the turns. That was not. Did you just see that? That was a. I could have sworn I saw a Saxon navy or something that just appeared down here very briefly. I don't know if maybe it was a graphical glitch or something, but I saw something. I swear to God. Interesting. Okay. So the Eastern Roman Empire have declared an alliance with the Langobardi, which are a barbarian tribe. Intriguing. Anyway. I'll kick you guys out and kick you guys in. Senianus. What do we do with you? You are literally just a unit of Equites Tablesiani, aren't you? Whereas Madrun has the unit of Comitatus, which are slightly better, I think. So a proper bodyguard. Because I think Senianus, he's a general, like he's an actual. It says he's a family member, even though he's not a family member because he's not on the family tree here. How old is Cadell? 7. He's grown up fast. He's grown up fast. We need Madrun to get a wife and have a son as well. Really, I'm considering making him the faction heir instead of Vortimer at the minute because he's good and Vortimer's kind of useless. So, but anyway, Senianus. We can't move you anyway, so. I think now might be the time to attack Dal Ryer because I don't want to really wait any longer. So, oh crap, I didn't put my timer on. I have no idea how long I've been recording for. I'm trying to keep the episodes for this as close off kind of things instead of just putting arbitrary breaks in between the videos. So, generally I've been trying to time how long I've been recording for, but oh dear. I'll pause for a second and I'll check. Alright, so we've been going for about 15 minutes according to the file thing for the video I just recorded. So anyway, we've got another 15 minutes or so before I have to call it a day, so let's get on with this. We have 7 rams, which is more than enough. And I'm fairly confident that we can Yeah, let's not have them under AI control because they'll just get in the way. Could attempt a night attack. It wouldn't give us any real advantage though, because Dressed here gets... wow, he's pretty good. Look at that. Look at all those stars. A druid, a famous warrior, pet hunting dog. Bloody hell. And he's the king. Crikey. Well, anyway. Yeah, it wouldn't alter the... attacking at night wouldn't alter the battle for us because he gets an extra star in addition to us. But thankfully, good old Madrun here has a bazillion stars because I think he has the trait where he hates barbarians. So yeah, he gets +3 command when fighting against them. So yeah, Madrun is a tactical badass. And hopefully, that'll help us in this battle. A dead enemy always smells good. Sure, I agree with that, really. Not sure if he's familiar with decomposition and all that. But anyway.
Friends, Romans, countrymen,
and Britons.
today is a day for brave deeds. Today is a proud day to be Roman.
Or Britain.
And remember this above all. Our Roman gods are watching.
But you're Christian!
They are not ashamed.
Yes. Whatever. It's kind of a shame they didn't update the battle speeches for Barbarian Invasion at the end of the day. But never mind. Christ, okay, what do we do with you guys? You know what, you guys can... yeah. You guys all get the hell away from those rams. You are not the ram people. That is not you. The ram people, they are not you. We give the rams to the Pedites instead, because the Pedites are better in melee, and therefore we should really send them through the walls first, although we don't have enough of them, so... sod. Alright then, we will have to give some of them to the Milites. I don't know if I'll use all of these rams in all honesty, but... well, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 1 for the gate. 1 each for these walls here. 3 entrances, would that be enough? Maybe. Maybe I'll keep an extra ram in reserve for if we need to go flank around the side if we get bogged down too much. So I will put you over here. You fellas, you can line up here. Behind that lot, and you can get ready to fill in behind them afterwards. I do that sometimes. I group them and then ungroup them just so I can get all their icons in the same bit on the bar. I don't like it being untidy. We're not going to really need the cavalry anyway, so I guess I'll just have them sit at the back here, unless I need to make a desperate rush for the town centre at some point, possibly, but I don't know. I'd really not let these guys... I'd rather not let these guys get bogged down in a protracted melee, because I'll get a lot of them killed. Because cavalry are not designed in this era for a heavy melee. They're really not. This is, I believe, the days before the stirrup was invented, and therefore it was incredibly easy to push a bloke off his horse in the middle of a melee, because he's not actually locked into the saddle via the stirrups. Which, if you don't know, those little things when you ride a horse you wear and you stick your feet through that hang from the saddle. These guys don't have stirrups. They just sat in the saddle and clinging on for dear life onto the reins, basically. So therefore, obviously, yeah, it's very difficult to very easy, sorry, to push them off their horse in a melee. So let's have Madrun and Seniana stand at front there so they can oversee the battle. And the Allans, I will actually be using these guys because they do have bows and arrows, so they can be impromptu archers. Hopefully they can shoot some Picts or be inside the walls here. So, alright, that pretty much wraps up the deployment, I believe. I've not forgotten anyone now, have I? Nope, don't think so. Look at the pretty snowscape. I used to hate doing snow battles in Rome Total War, and I couldn't honestly tell you why, but the Rome Resurrecting battle terrain makes it look gorgeous, so I quite like it. Anyway, let's do this.
Your reinforcements have arrived! This is hopeful news indeed!
Captain, oh, tell me they have not gone under friggin' AI control when I specifically told them not to. No, they haven't, right? He's just waiting outside the battlefield. Good. The AI, the friendly AI in this, is absolutely goddamn atrocious. I will actively avoid trying to fight with an allied AI army on my side if they're of my faction, because the AI has a really, really good habit of getting my generals killed in battles, because they'll take my entire army I spent turns recruiting, and they'll swarm them onto the battlefield to help me, inverted commas, and they'll just charge my other army's general straight into the enemy spearman and kill him instantly because the AI is goddamn stupid. So anyway, let's get this assault underway. Now I believe we're out of range of any enemy towers at the minute because they don't have a lot of them. They have one over there, they have one here, so our rams shouldn't actually get shot at by enemy arrows, at least not from the towers, and this guy over here we'll be able to get over here too without being shot at. Our Allen friends, however, what can we do with you? You can run over there, start shooting them. You can run over here and start shooting. Where are the elite swordsmen that I saw last time? There they are, cheeky buggers, retreating into that formation. Also means I can move up all these guys, which I should really put into a group, up pretty close to the walls and not worry about them getting shot at, which is good. God, there is a lot of them. 200 men per unit. That's quite big, really. Are you guys actually shooting? You are, aren't you? I think you might be shooting at the wrong guys, though. I need you to shoot the Ludoair, or whatever those guys are. They have no armor, so they'll go down really easily to arrows. However, they could potentially be a bit of a pain in combat because they've got a very high attack value, which means even though their defense is terrible, they could end up carving through quite a lot of my poor little milites before I get a chance to, you know, kill them. I feel like I'm wasting arrows here shooting at those Dimber. Can we shoot the Mormaers instead? Don't really want to waste these guys' arrows on just like these simple skirmishers here, because I can kill them in melee, no problem. You know, we need to shoot the elite bodyguard instead.
Soldiers are at the walls. Now they must batter a way through.
Right, as you can see, yeah, they've got stone walls. This is a modded thing. Not very big stone walls, mind you, but they are stone ones. I think they have slightly higher hit points, yeah. But they are essentially just retextured wood ones, so you'll notice some really strange stuff happening when they collapse over. But even so, I like it. They did use stone walls in this time period, even little ones like this, so it makes sense. That gate's nearly down, which is good. Madrun, Sanianus. Whoa!
Our soldiers have done their work well. The battering ram has broken through the gate.
Right, well the gate's down. I'm not sure I'm ready to go in there. I think I'd rather keep on shooting stuff. Yeah, see there are a few graphical glitches with these stone walls here. Unfortunately. Yep, let's pop back in now. But I don't really care. It doesn't bother me very much. Oh yeah, we're making a mess of those guys. I'm surprised they can shoot over that little bit there, really. Apparently they can. Even though they're not shooting on it, I told them to shoot at, stupid bastards. They seem to have a mind of their own here. I've told them to shoot the Mormaers a whole bunch of times, but they seem insistent on wiping out these poor peasants over here. I don't know. What can I do, really? My foreign tribesmen are disobeying my orders. It seems almost in character. Also, it started snowing and I didn't even notice. How are these walls coming along? Almost down. Good.
Show no mercy. The enemy walls are down. Make sure their soldiers are buried beneath the
Time to
ruins.
get in there. I think I'm going to have you guys fire at will. So you can chuck a few spears in there before you charge in. If you're going to do that, that is. You might just stand there like lemons. Nope, you're going to charge them. I mean, throw your spears, which is good. You'll notice they're not using the Roman pila, or pilum, as they're called. That's because the Romans actually phased those out after a while, and they replaced them with the lighter and more easy to throw and carry. What are they called? Begins with an S. But anyway, they replaced it with a later version of the javelin, which is much smaller. I'm not entirely sure why, but they did.
Great gods! Our soldiers have done well this day. The walls are taken.
So that's why these guys have ordinary javelins by the looks of things instead of pila. But they still serve the same function, you know, so... Right, I believe this is the part where I tell the aliens to stop fucking shooting stuff, because otherwise they're going to kill our own guys. Right, get in there. Oh, I love this track that's playing right now. It's one of my favourite parts of the Rome soundtrack. This exact piece of music. I love this game's soundtrack, I really do. It's goddamn fantastic. I really hope they bring some of it back in Rome 2. How are you guys doing? Yeah, victory's pretty damn certain, I should think so.